Action. Hi, I'm Michelle. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my second YouTube video, so be patient with me. I'm still learning and I'm still trying to feel confident talking to myself in front of the camera. Today, I want to talk about some podcasts that I listen to that I feel have changed my life in a sense. That sounds really drastic, but I wasn't really a podcast listener before I started working out. And then once I started getting kind of like sick of music, I really wanted to listen to podcasts, and they're also like extremely informative, and I don't feel like I'm just like wasting my time when I'm listening to them. So, first I want to do an update on my class, on my data analytics class. I'm 83% done with the course. I am feeling a little confident. I have like a project at the end of the course that I'm supposed to be doing. I haven't made it there yet, but I just got done with like, I think the 4th course in it, which was a really long course. And it was talking about like BigQuery and SQL, which I found to be a lot of fun. Challenging, but fun once I figured it out. So I'm doing my best with that. Still loving it. Definitely still planning on finishing it. I also wanted to update on my website. I do have a blog. Be patient with me on the blog. I've written a couple, and they're mostly about hairdressing. But I have a few more in the works, and I'm going to post them soon. I'm not a writer, so I'm kind of struggling with the blog, but it's something that I've always wanted to do. So I'm learning, I'm doing it. I'm going to post more soon. So let's get into the podcast. I have 4 podcasts that I want to mention. The first one is the one that I probably listen to the most, and one that kind of came with me into my journey of wellness. When I started working out and like eating healthier, like intentionally, I've always been like a pretty healthy person, and I've always been pretty active. But once I intentionally started going to the gym and intentionally started incorporating better foods into my meals, this is one of the podcasts that really helped me, and I love listening to her still. It's the Persuit of Wellness with Mari Llewellyn. She shares her own personal wellness journey, and she is so cool. She has some incredible people on the show. She talks about weight loss. There's an episode on mold, microplastic. She talks about hormones, business, friendships. Lately, she's doing a lot of fertility stuff because she's trying to get pregnant, or she is pregnant now. So congratulations, Mari. And she's always made me feel so inspired after I'm done listening to her. She has great information on there and great guests on the show. She asks the best questions, and also she's just like so girl. I just like love her so much, and just listening to her makes me feel so girly and like cutesy. I don't know. I just really adore her. Second podcast that I've actually been listening to for a while. I kind of gave it a break for a moment because I was like on a girl podcast kind of thing for a while, but I do love this guy and I do love his podcast because I did go to college for psychology, and it was really fun. I couldn't finish. It just was not where my heart was really. But I did love it, and I find it really interesting, and I find the brain and psychology and behavioral psychology so interesting. So number 2 is going to be Being Well with Forrest Hansen and Dr. Rick Hansen. So Forrest Hansen is the podcaster. Dr. Rick Hansen is his father. Forrest doesn't have any like training or schooling in psychology, but his dad is a clinical psychologist. So he kind of just like asks his dad, which is what I love about it, is that he asks like questions that someone that doesn't have a degree in psychology would ask. So that's why I love it so much. It's very relatable in that way. They have new episodes every Monday. It's like insights on how to live your life and how to like overcome hard times and strengthen like your inner person. They have really good experts on the show that Forrest will interview. I love when he interviews girls. Like I said before, I'm just like, obviously I'm a girl, so I find girls a little bit more relatable. But I love his show. I love when he interviews like women on the show. They just seem a little bit more relatable to me. But I love his show overall. It is so insightful and so impactful and just full of useful information that like you can use on the daily to just like better your mind, better your soul, better your relationships, better yourself. So definitely I would listen to that one. The third one, love this one. I just started listening to this one. I don't know how I came about it. I think I saw her like on a TikTok or like an Instagram or something, but her name is, okay, so the third one, it's Financial Feminist. And the girl that does this podcast, her name is Tori Dunlap, and she has a book. She's an author of, and I'm pretty sure the book does really well. I haven't read it yet. I plan on reading it. But she has, it's called Her First 100K. So basically she was a young girl and she was just like, I'm gonna make $100,000. And she like had this goal and she did it. And it's just really cool. She talks about feminism and money. So that's why I like it so much, because I feel like girls, whether it's on purpose or not, are taught money differently. Also, I grew up in like a Dave Ramsey house, so when I think about money, it's very like attached to shame and like I shouldn't want money, I shouldn't spend money, I shouldn't try to get money or anything like that. But she has like a completely different approach and I love it, and it makes me feel so validated in the way that I feel about money. I feel like it's something I'm like so interested in, but so not willing to go after it because I feel like such a shame tied to it. And that like, you know, I grew up in a Christian household. So like the love of money is the root of all evil. So I'm like, I don't want to be evil, you know, but like you need money to survive. That's just the truth, you know, like money does give you a sort of freedom. And that's what she kind of talks about in here. But she's not like putting money on this pedestal, you know, like she just kind of takes the shame away from it. And she's like, it's okay to want money. It's okay to have money and get money. And, you know, just, she also ties in like a lot. She's very feminist, and I love that about her because I don't think it's talked about enough that like girls are just not taught the same. Like we're not finance bros. I mean, most of us, I mean, there are girls in that field and I love that. I love seeing women in that field, but she also goes and kind of talks about like structural changes for economic equality. And I think that is really interesting because some of the things she mentions, I don't even really think about as like a problem, but it is, it's like a systematic issue, you know? So she kind of goes into that. She gives financial advice. She talks about like paying off debt, and she has like a plan, and she also has classes, but all of her episodes are great. She also has some really great people on the show too that just tie it all together, and I love listening to them. And yeah, it's just like, it's a new show for me, but it's really like changed. Even just like the last few months that I've been listening to it, I feel like my mind around money has been changing a little bit. So I love listening to her. I definitely want to read her book. Don't mind my dogs, they're barking at nothing. All right, Tori Dunlap, Financial Feminist, really good podcast. If you're a woman and you struggle with finance or struggle with money, I would definitely listen to her. She is just the best. My fourth one is National Park After Dark by Danielle and Cassie. This one's just like a fun one that I listen to. It's a true crime podcast that always ties in national parks. But it also, what I love about the show is that it's a little spooky, but at the end of it, they always kind of tie in like how to be responsible outdoor recreation stuff, or like how to do outdoor recreational stuff, but also be like mindful and responsible about it. So I like that about them. Not that I'm a super outdoorsy person, but it's maybe good to know. And the stories are just great. They're great storytellers. And that one's just like a fun one that I do. So those are my top 4 podcasts that I've been listening to. I would love, like, if you guys have any recommendations of podcasts you think I would enjoy and I would love, comment below and let me know. And if you have like a specific episode that would be great too, because sometimes I have a hard time deciding where I want to start when I'm listening to a new podcast. I should have put the episodes on here, but maybe that's another video. But yeah, comment below and tell me what podcasts you like to listen to or something you think I would be interested in. And then on next week's video, I am going to talk about the gym and how the gym and nutrition kind of like have changed my life a little bit and have changed my mindset a little bit. So that's going to be next week's episode. Thank you for watching if you watched the video, and if you're into it, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks.